Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Today, we've got the smart and sexy women from the LadyGang podcast in the studio, and we're going to get into some very hot girl talk. Just you wait. Thanks for listening. It seems like on almost every podcast, I advise women that what feels good to you might not be what feels good to someone else. Exploring your own self-pleasure is not only fun, but it's an important part of learning what really works for you. For 30 years, Vibratex has understood that giving women options means more than offering a variety of colors. To help women explore, they were among the first to introduce toys that rotate and twist to stimulate all your sensitive areas. One of my favorite examples is the Dahlia from Vibratex. The battery-powered Dahlia is a silky smooth, beautifully shaped dual stimulation vibe. You know, it hits your clitoris and your G-spot. The splash-proof exterior is 100% body-safe, phthalate-free, and latex-free. But the best part is the rotating shaft. Nothing rotates quite like this baby. You can also play with the 5 vibration patterns and 4 intensity levels. So I know you'll find the one that's perfect for you. So let's get on with the exploration. The Dahlia is just one of more than 50 unique Vibratex products available for your own experimentation. Visit sexwithemily.com to see the full selection or to learn more about the Dahlia.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's gotta have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com, where you know what you should do there. You know, you got to subscribe to the newsletter and the podcast. So easy, because we do 2 podcasts a week, and you will never miss an episode. You just subscribe. There it goes. It's your phone. It's awesome. And we are coming at you live from the Gibson showroom in Beverly Hills, and I'm with Menace. What up, Menace?
What's going on? What's the latest?
The latest is...
Are you hooking up with anybody yet?
No, dude, this is like the longest I've ever gone without sex in my entire life. It's sort of like it's been 2 months and 2 weeks.
Well, how are you meeting people?
I realized that I'm not really
trying.
No.
Okay. No Tinder, nothing.
Vacation, Bumble. Approaching that, thinking about it. I'm not really like, it's weird. I've been gone a few dates.
Is Bumble the one that
chicks pick, the guys, Sadie Hawkins. I'm like, no, I haven't done it yet. I'm not really, I have a date coming up, but I'm not really like, I've gone out with people, but no sex. Like 2 months, the longest in my life, which is weird.
You love meeting people through friends. Isn't there one called like Hinge where you have
I did that.
Facebook?
I did Hinge once. I did for like a second. And then, do you remember when I did my blind Tinder date on the show? You weren't there for that episode, but I did a blind Tinder date. That was my one Tinder date, and I did it on the show live because why the hell not? And I ran into him recently. I was at the April Foolishness K-Rock thingy, and he was there, and then he asked me out again, and I was like, I think I just liked us on the podcast Tinder date. But no, right now I'm sort of
just hanging. Just put it out there.
It's weird. Like I feel like I'm doing a lot of just not when you're not focusing all your energy on that, the sex and the penis and all that. It's like. Creative stuff's happening.
You're doing Loveline 5 nights a week now.
So now
you
I'm doing Loveline every night.
I'm sure people will hit you up.
I know. I actually did meet someone cute on there, but I can't talk about it right now.
All right.
Also, Menace, I just want to say that I'm very excited because we are finally going to do our drunk podcast, which we've been talking about since show 69.
When is this happening?
Which was 7 years ago. We were like, oh my God, show 69. We're totally going to get drunk. And then we just never did it.
Show 200.
Do you know when we're doing it? When we're having our office party.
Oh, really?
At my house.
Who's miking that up?
You are. Sorry.
I am?
Madison.
You guys didn't tell me anything.
We're doing it at my house, but I decided that all the girls, you never get to all hang out. They think you're like mean and they don't know that you like them and stuff. And I'm like, no, Menace is actually cool. We got to hang out. And so I thought, well, as long as we're all hanging out, we might as well do the drunk
quality,
show.
And some people that don't work for you anymore were effing morons, and I just couldn't stand them.
He was so mean. No, right. But still, they don't know you. So I thought, I just want to tell you that we're going to do the drunk podcast.
Okay, good.
What if the drunk podcast is the best podcast ever? And then we just have to get drunk for every show.
I'm sure it's going to be awful, but we'll finally get it out of the way.
I don't know.
But anyways,
okay.
Who
Anyway,
cares about me and you? We have people in
nobody.
the studio.
We've got such sexy women in the studio. I'm so excited, Menace.
Yeah.
Because this is the Lady Gang. Hello, Lady Gang.
The Lady Gang. What is that?
Oh, Sex with Emily.
hey.
Sex,
Hi guys. They've
sex.
got a killer podcast called The Lady Gang.
Yes.
And it's a celebrity-driven podcast from the minds and mouths of Kelty Knight, Jack Vanek, and Becca Tobin. No subject off limits. And each week a celebrity guest joins them. They have an honest and hilarious look. This is like from your thing, but you're going to explain your own words of what life is really like under the bright lights of Hollywood. And I had a blast on your podcast when I was on.
You were one of our best guests.
Oh my God.
We learned
People
so much.
are freaking out about everything you said having to do with lube, having to do with queefing. You covered everything.
That was, I felt like it was intense, but it was like, what do you guys think?
I think you helped so many people, including
Us.
find our G spots. Because I knew it was there.
Wait,
but
did you find it?
I did the two.
How did
You
it go?
did?
Yeah,
This
it was
is
fun.
so
Here's the thing. I already
amazing.
have my question though. I had to pee. That's what it
Yes.
felt
Yeah,
like.
it makes you feel like
No,
you have to
it
pee.
makes you feel like you have to pee.
Yeah.
And then you
I would
don't.
just- yeah,
Or sometimes you do.
pee.
And then you
I
don't.
didn't pee.
Right, that's okay.
But did you give
you didn't
yourself...
fart.
No, I didn't continue on. Like I felt the head to pee, and then I went back.
Okay,
to
so
like,
that's
my
good.
life.
Can you have is a G-spot orgasm that's different than like a clitoral
Yes.
orgasm?
Thank God
It
we're
is.
together again. We still have so many questions.
This is like part two. I'm so
We
glad.
had an hour with Emily on our episode of the Lady Gang podcast.
That was
It was
foreplay.
not enough.
That was foreplay.
Yeah,
Let's just
okay.
be honest. So that's awesome, Kelty. So that's the thing about the G-spot orgasm is another tip for that is typically, because Jack just said, is it a clitoral? It helps to have a clitoral one first, if you can. You get that, rub your clitoris. And then your G-spot becomes more pronounced, and then you're more likely to have a G-spot after that happens.
Okay.
And then
so
then when you have your G-spot orgasm,
then you have dinner.
then you have the clitoral orgasm as well at the same time? Or
You
those
could
are
have a
both different?
blended. No, there's so many different kinds. So you could have the clitoral one. Some people just have a clitoral one first to kind of warm you up, and then you could have a G-spot one. Some have a blended where you have both at the same time, which is a party. So then you could even have
That sounds so
multiple.
experienced.
Right? No, I'm telling you.
don't know if we can do that.
You guys, my G-spot orgasms didn't come. I don't remember if I talked about this in your show, but I for years was having sex. I was like, why am I not? And I had to spend some serious time with vibrator, like a G-spot vibe, and it wasn't until a vibrator that I was like, oh,
Do you
now
think
I get
the
it.
vibrator's the best way to get to it?
I think fingers are the best with lube, always lube, or a vibrator. Like a vibrator, you could have one on your clitoris and one inside of you, and that could have
That
to
sounds
me.
like chopsticks.
It is like chopsticks. A little. It totally is. You're like, what? Please, nobody come in. No, I know, but there's where the rabbit vibes are great because they do both.
Oh my
because they have
God,
a little.
but that's the one that's super embarrassing when your parents find it in your house.
Right.
Like,
Because
shame
you
with you, 'cause
can't
it's like
lie.
such a monster, you know?
I do have a question.
Yes.
I just got one. It's this steel. Okay, because I read that it's for the G-spot, the most perfect thing.
Okay.
It's this steel sort of.
Oh,
a crowbar, Jack.
It's the
It looks like a crowbar.
The Enjoy, the Enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like a dildo. Well, it's more like a dildo because
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
not
vibrate.
vibrate, yeah.
But that
And
one,
it's so heavy. It's 10 pounds.
no,
I'm not
literally,
kidding.
like
do
your
your
luggage. You have to
kegels.
check your luggage and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. But that is the holy grail of if that's how you. Yeah, have you tried it?
I tried it once, but then
It's
it
intense.
didn't,
Because the thing about that is that it's
so heavy.
right.
You could do arm lifts.
You
afterwards. I'm
could
not
really
kidding.
bring it. It's like weights or
It's
G-spot.
crazy.
Because the thing about the G-spot is you don't necessarily need vibration. It's more of pressure. So that's
Yeah.
why that's just it has little balls on the ends, and you just keep pressuring it, and that works too. You got to play with it. That's the thing about G-spot. It's so hard, right? Being women, you got to work hard. But once
Life's hard enough, Emily.
I know,
It
we've
just
got
seems like so
time,
much
but
work.
it's kind of worth it, right? So I love that you guys already came in with questions. We're already going, but I mean,
I should have written some down.
No, we're gonna believe me. There's gonna be more coming up because I just want to say that it was awesome on your show, and I wanted you guys. Let's just start going around just saying who you are real quick and what you do, your social media. Jack, would you like to start?
My name is Jack Vanek. I own a clothing line, and my social media is at Jack Vanek everywhere.
Okay. Love it. Love your clothing line. Which
Thank you. You have a few new pieces.
I know.
now.
I have them here because I was going to do a little fashion thing. Okay. Thank you.
You've got a fashion body for radio. I'm just
Right, exactly. And I was like, yeah,
we
we're
have
going to
faces
see
for
it.
radio,
We got
so
faces
it's
for
fine.
radio.
Right.
Becca Tobin. I used to have a face for television, and then I turned 30, and now I do a podcast. And
Perfect.
my Instagram is It's Becca Tobin. Don't bother following me on Twitter. I don't do anything there.
Twitter's
definitely,
dead.
it's dead, and that's it.
And it's also an embarrassing name still.
Yeah, Beck, Bo, Beck.
/ amazing.
/ amazing. Hello, I'm Kelty Knight, and I am the one with the most questions. My Twitter, because I'm an old person, and Instagram is at Kelty Knight. But most importantly, we don't really care about our personal
we don't care
accounts.
about us.
At the LadyGang.
Yes,
Is
both
the jam.
places.
Tell me about in your own words about your podcast.
Basically, we all kind of work in some way in Hollywood, and it's just like even the magazines and the covers and all these celebrity interviews, it's like so airbrushed and so PC, and so this is what my publicist told me to say, and this is what we've promised, that you don't really ever get a real role model, and you don't ever really get to have a real conversation about stuff. And so we just no holds barred. We talk from everything, like we had you on talking about sex, but we talk about the disappointments, about body image, about our skin, about our lives, our biggest disappointments, how we stay inspired, kind of a little bit of everything. And we're not afraid to call out things that we absolutely hate, and we're not allowed we celebrate things we love.
Yeah.
Right. I loved it. You guys were like, I was sitting there because you guys do your opening part about your good week, bad week. Is that what it is? And you're like, I'm like, God, they're all so beautiful. Like, you guys are so hot. And I'm like, God, now I'm feeling kind of bad. No, really, you guys are amazing and hot and smart. And I loved being on the show. And it was awesome.
Thank you.
But okay, I want to get into some. So, I also want to ask you your relationship status, because we're going to get into some dating, and then we're going to move into a little bit of sex. Okay.
Boyfriend,
Jack.
Disgustingly cute.
I know. Okay, we've seen your Instagram.
Everybody hates it.
Is it
Becca
real?
hates it the most.
Is it real? It's like a catalog.
No, he's the most amazing person in the entire world.
And
They're in the cocaine. It's a proven thing. There's like the cocaine stage where like your first few months of dating,
Yeah,
where
honeymoon
it's like
phase.
drug.
Yeah.
She's in the honeymoon phase.
That's
we're
what
celebrating it.
Oh wait,
Good for
I
you.
wanted to mention that Jack was already on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I
Right
meant to
when
mention
we
that
started
first.
dating.
You had just met him like 5 minutes earlier, and that was an awesome I loved that podcast with you.
That was it too.
That was super fun, and that was a really popular podcast, and it was called Fashion Do's and Don'ts. So Fashion Do's and Dating Don'ts. That was a friggin' blast.
And we talked a little bit about Tinder, which is, it's funny because when we have our good week, bad week, we like don't have the guest talk. And now I know how hard it is not being able to talk. So I want to be like, Tinder, Bumble, I know everything about
exactly.
it.
I know. So I love the story. So you guys met directly on Tinder.
I matched with his best friend on Tinder. And then
How does that work?
I don't know. I matched with his best friend, and then his friend was like, oh, my friend Scott, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, don't know who that is, but I looked him up on Facebook, and I'm like, no, this is the hottest guy I've ever seen, so I'm going to start messaging him instead. And
now you've been together a few months now.
Yeah, like 4 months.
Okay, yeah, they're still in the honeymoon phase. But that's good.
Yeah.
They got great shots, and they're having fun.
Yeah, all
that's
the
good.
shots.
I love it. Okay.
Relationship
Becca?
for about a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're out of the cocaine phase.
Not having sex anymore, Netflix. Right.
Yeah,
They're
no.
the angry
Sweatpants.
face.
No, we're still in it because we are sort of long distance.
Oh, good.
We travel a lot. So when you get together, it's still like, some fireworks.
Is it LA long distance or for real long distance?
Right. Like, is he in Venice and you're in Hollywood?
Yeah.
No, it's Atlanta.
Oh.
Okay, that's for
Okay.
real.
That's like
That's for
legit long
real.
distance.
Legit, yeah. But
Okay.
It's good for the sex life.
I believe a little distance.
I think it's good.
Honestly.
I'm sure
I
Emily
think
would
so
love
too.
it.
Yeah.
I love long distance.
And
not committing.
Yeah.
all the time.
Right. It's fun. Okay.
Kelty, I am in a long distance relationship with my husband who lives in my house because we are both workaholics and I travel a ton for work, and so we have completely different schedules. I get up at like 4 a.m. and I go to bed at like 7 p.m. and Chris gets up at like 10 a.m. and gets home at like 8 or 9, so we miss each other like most of the time ever. But we've been together 6 years,
Oh, wow.
3 years married this summer. And I still really like him. There can still be I did have a dream last night that we got divorced.
Oh, okay.
She fell out of love with him.
I
in
fell
her
out
dream.
of love with him in my dream. Like I had to have the conversation of like, I don't love you anymore in my dream.
Wow.
And then I woke up this morning and I still thought I didn't love him, and I went to work and then I like shook my head off and I was like, this was not real. It's anyway.
I hate when that happens.
The marriage can like mess, this is what I thought was so great about when you came on our episode, is because you were teaching us so much, and so interesting that people are in 4 months, a year, 6 years. Like we all learned something, and you're just so talented, and like it's just awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys. I feel right back at you. I was sitting there going, these are some talented chicks. I love them. So I'm so glad you're here.
We go girl
And,
crush. Like if you want to do a blog post about like lesbian friendship girl crushes, then we could like have a makeout.
Let's
see how
do that.
goes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wait, I have a girl crush on you. Same mutual girl crushes.
We need
I kind of want to be part of the LadyGang. Like
You can.
You do.
Can I be like an understudy?
You can be an understudy.
Can I be like if someone
can
gets
come in.
sick?
Yep.
Not too sick, like a cold. I could be an
Dengue
understudy.
fever?
Okay, perfect. No, nothing bad. I don't want anyone to die or anything.
Yeah,
Just
you're in. You're in.
Okay, cool. Well, what did you say, Jack?
Oh, I was going to say, another thing that I loved when you guys were talking earlier is your drunk episode.
You've inspired us. We're doing a drunk episode.
Oh,
like,
nice.
oh my God.
You guys had some drinks, but
We did.
Yeah.
We
actually
didn't get
wait,
drunk.
I
I was going to say, aren't your episodes?
Kelty has.
I've had some drunk episodes before.
We haven't, which is weird.
Yeah, we've tried, but we were always in a.
We were at CBS. We were at the radio station.
Yeah, we're at like big companies in their
It would be fun to
workspace, and we couldn't get plastered while everybody else was sober. But
Are you in a relationship?
I am.
Are you
I am.
worried that you might get drunk and?
Me? Oh no.
Cheat on her.
Joking what? Oh, be with me?
No, I've been professionally drinking because I've been working in radio for like 18 years now, so I know how to handle myself.
Sorta. Except for when he gets drunk and falls down.
In Mexico, not my fault. They didn't have slip mats on the ground.
He just gassed his head in Mexico and bled all over
They wanted me to
the
get
place.
stitches, but I said I wasn't a pussy, so.
Oh,
That's all good.
Right. That's how you handle it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They want to
but-
would hook up. People don't ask us that anymore. They used to say, like, you guys gonna hook up?
Yeah, but no, I've railed on you so many years. I don't think they will.
He hates me.
they'll
I
do
have
it.
to say, like after Emily was on our show, like I was definitely horny.
Really?
Oh.
That's so
After
good.
I'm
taped our
completely
episode.
flaccid every time we do the show.
But
so
have you
don't
at least
worry.
been able
You
to
were born flaccid, stayed flaccid. It's okay. Were you? So did
Don't
you
worry
go
about
home
it.
that like? What did you guys?
Oh, yeah, did you have sex?
Did
that
you have
night?
sex?
I wanted to so bad, and then I fell asleep.
Right.
No.
Okay, but that's a start.
But I
Typical
definitely
Kelsey.
thought about it the whole way home, and I was like, I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna light the candle that you gave us,
Oh,
and I'm like
good.
gonna have this wild night. And then I was like, ooh, or this Hello Kitty onesie. That sounds nice too.
Oh my
Just
god.
like-
Damn it, those ones.
Okay. Well, I
I'm
want
working
to.
on it,
Do you like the
Emily.
candles? Okay. Wait. Okay. We're working on it. And I have some. We'll give you stuff. Okay, wait,
Oh,
but
what?
I know more gifts. Okay, so when I was on your podcast, you asked me the most common question I get asked, which is why can't I have an orgasm during sex? And so I want to know from you guys if you're comfortable. Can you orgasm during intercourse?
I can with my current boyfriend, but I couldn't for a long time before that.
Oh my God, he's staying around longer than 4 months.
Yeah.
Really? So you could never before that. And what do you think
Did
it
he pay
is,
you
Jack?
to say that?
Are you thinking it's
Right.
because you're
actually
super
thinking
into him because he's like hot and stuff?
Well, I think it's number one that we're in love, which I wasn't in
Please.
love with the people I was sleeping
It's
with
like your
before.
first love? Okay.
But then also, it's just, I don't know, it's just we fit better together
Wow.
than I did with other people, I think.
Is he
I'm like-
packing?
What?
Is he bigger than?
And he's packing.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the last one. We got some emails from people. Right.
Oh really?
Yeah. No, like they're like tall. He's
They're-
tall and has a big penis. Like yeah, people are-
He's 6'7". You gotta hope he has a big
Oh
penis.
jeez.
But sometimes you're disappointed by the tall
Yeah.
ones,
I know.
right? Right? Yes.
I mean, these
Becca's-
groupies that hang out with basketball players, sometimes they say they
I've
have
heard
like
this.
really small wieners.
That's okay. So how about your like?
Yes, I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Look at Kelty.
Are you shocked?
Kelty.
Do you not?
It's not my turn.
Okay. Yeah, no, I do. We're a very good sexual match.
That's great.
Yeah, he's really, you know, when you just sort of, you like having sex the same way.
Right.
As- Not the same way like this each time, but just your energy is the same. Like we're good at matching each
They're a good
other's.
fit, too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But don't you say like it's like 80%
30
out there or
Only
something like that?
20 to 30% can. So you guys are like right
Really?
there in the market.
Yeah.
That shocks me.
It's true.
I
you
can totally get that.
Yeah, you can get that. You can.
No, I mean, that makes sense to me. I
yeah,
wouldn't
it's so
think
hard.
I'd
You
do
got to feel
more.
comfortable. You got to know your own body. You
Well,
got
it's
to,
like
you know.
we're talking about how it's such a mental thing for women.
It is such a mental thing. You got to get out of the like, oh, I didn't turn off the, you know, I got to go pick up my dry cleaning or the phone's ringing. You got to like block all that out. Kelty's not excited to answer this question.
No. Listen. I'm going to keep it real for like a whole bunch of ladies that don't want to feel like they can't do something everybody else can.
Well, you're talking to like 80% of the women that's listening to this podcast.
Right.
So
I cannot, but I will say this, that my husband is the best sex I've ever had, and this is why. He's a learner. Like you were talking about how you need to communicate. Chris and I'm so safe because we have such a deep love that we've been able to really communicate and teach each other what's amazing. And I'm a big fan of, because I can't or haven't figured out how to get there yet, what we do is we'll like have home sex, and then I always have like those little vibrators, you know, like little
awesome.
hand ones or whatever. And then like we'll whatever, and then I'll like put the vibrator on my clit while he's having sex with me, and then it's like mind blowing. It's so great.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like my favorite.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm so glad you said that, Kelty, because I was just going to say to you, it doesn't matter. I guess I kind of
That's Emily's favorite thing. She's always
same with me. I gotta say that's me too. Like I want a little clitoral vibe during intercourse, and that's how I do it too. I gotta say. So there's nothing. I guess I shouldn't have started like, are you guys the special ones? No, I guess I was wondering if you guys orgasm like clitorally or vaginally or however you do it, but you figured it out. So there's no reason. I very rarely have sex without having an orgasm, which I think a lot of people lie and they like try to get it over with, or you know, when you're busy or whatever, and you're like, I just want to get him happy. Like, my husband is someone that's like always like, no, this is, and then it's like a workout, right? Like when you're tired and you're like, and you're exhausted and like life just gets really busy and you're like, oh my God, I want to have sex with my husband. I got to like keep him happy. Sometimes that can be like a load on you if you're not in the mood. You know what I mean? But it's like a workout. Like you never regret a workout, and you never regret like having an orgasm. Exactly,
always,
right.
Like you were saying, like, once you get going, you're like, oh wow, why was I ever like, oh maybe I don't want to do that.
That's the most true thing I've ever heard.
Right.
Like that's hits the nail right on the
right,
head.
because I was saying that it's like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to have sex, I'm not in the mood. But it's like once you get going and you have the sex, you're like,
then you're in the mood.
And then your skin's all glowy and like you feel nice and you're happy.
Right. It's totally true. Okay, so I have a question about, so you guys all figured out your own orgasms, which is awesome. And you're all in relationships. So because I had some dating questions, but I feel like you guys are in relationships. So I want to know about orgasms, can we talk about blowjobs for a minute? I'm gonna
skip the orgasms. You just
love them or hate them?
I hate them.
I hate them too.
I would rather clean a toilet than give a blowjob.
Okay. What did you say on our show that one time that you had the bet going on with your cast or something? Of what would you rather do?
Oh, we were playing what would you rather do instead of give a blowjob.
Okay.
And there were amazing.
That's amazing.
I said pick up garbage on the 405. I take it back. If I've had a couple cocktails, it is enjoyable. But like I have a weird thing about spit. I hate
me
spit.
Too.
And I also like the girls that can like wake up in the morning and like go down there. Number one, you haven't brushed your teeth. That makes me want to vomit. Also, he hasn't showered. He's been sleeping all night in his ball vinegar.
Right. Ball vinegar.
Yes.
You're so
and
right.
So I'm just like I have a good sense of smell, which I hate sometimes. And I get it. You know?
Yep. That's where like lube comes in too. You can just give him a hand job or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got this blowjob spray that you put in your mouth. And
you've been pimping
that's
that.
what I need.
Saliva. Oh my God.
Wait, what does it do?
Okay. It's the best thing ever. So this woman was on my show. It's Doc Johnson makes it. I'll bring you next time. I got goodies. But she brought it to me. She was, she had a show too. And she was like, because sometimes like on the radio, you're like, she's like, it's
dry
blowjob
mouth.
spray, so it automatically helps the dry mouth. But she's like, it helps on the radio, but you squirt it in your mouth, and I think it's called, what's it called?
It's called Good Head.
Good Head. And it's by Doc Johnson. It's like $9, and it tastes like strawberry, and it instantly, like your mouth, like it helps with dry mouth, and you can give a blowjob, and you could also, it tastes like strawberry.
Oh,
that can help.
I like to give a blowjob for the first minute and a half, and the next 8 are hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't consider that a blowjob.
You like are talking about like a finish.
Yeah, like that's fine. I do that often, but like a full
on. Like you start with that and then you have sex.
Yeah.
Oh, you start with that and then have sex?
Yeah.
You hate that too?
No, I don't hate that because that's like
you're
very quick.
Full start to finish.
Yeah,
I mean it's hard on your jaw.
It's so.
I know. That's why you can.
All right.
use your
Well,
hands.
you guys hate doing them, but how often do you do them?
Like from start
Since
to finish.
you're in a relationship. Yeah, I don't think like if you're in a relationship for quite a while, I don't think you do it from start to finish. But in the beginning,
right.
you
Because
do.
you're like, let's just have sex.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But how often do you do it now that you've been in a relationship for a while? I mean, you're only in 4 months, so I'm sure you're still doing it here and there.
Yeah, she's still doing it, Jack.
Yeah.
But it's like mine are always like I start and then we have sex because he's so excited that like he'd rather have sex.
Right, which is great. I'm just curious because blowjobs is okay. Here's my other thing. Is there one thing that gets you turned on every time you have sex? Like, what's your one thing that you're like, oh, now I'm ready to go? I'm just curious if you guys have anything.
Oh. I mean, him going down on me, it's like
right?
game over.
Oh, you're speaking Emily's language.
Even when I'm not in the mood and I'm like, no, and he's like, yes. Because he knows now.
That stops you in your tracks, literally.
Done. Every time.
I would have to say the G-spotty finger thing when he does it while he's going down on me.
Right.
That is like
the finger, which is so interesting. We talked about this, that some women like the fingers during oral, some people don't. But yeah, I just got turned on. Okay, which is amazing. I can still get turned on after talking about sex for 10 years. But
that's what I was considering.
It's weird.
Two things. I like a guy. I like a husband.
I like the one.
No, I like. My husband has like big hands, and I like when he like grabs me like. I'm gonna kiss you now, and like I'm gonna like hold you with my big man arms.
You.
Like and it's funny because I'm such like a A-type aggressive human being that I'm always doing, and so when someone can like get control of me, that's really hot. I also love neck kissing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Like it's very romantic and it's totally underrated. Like people don't kiss your neck.
Oh, also. Anything in the ear.
Yeah,
I agree, you guys. And
so
do you know that it's very, those are highly erogenous zones for men and for women, but especially for women, the neck and the ear. But it's like they do it on the first date. You're so right, Kelty, underrated. And I don't know why men don't kiss your neck softly,
it's like when
tenderly.
you're not having sex with someone when you're first dating and you're just doing the deep makeouts, there's always neck. And it's so hot.
I know.
And then when you can get to the main event, they like skip the neck.
Yeah.
I think this is why I always say, like, you got to go 5 times slower than you think sexually for guys. Like my tip is always like slow it down because we need the build up, like the foreplay. So like, I mean, obviously you guys are like fans of foreplay. I mean, sometimes you want to just have sex.
Sometimes it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, let's just like do it. Because I know once, if I'm not in the mood, foreplay actually doesn't help so much.
Except for
unless
the oral.
it's going down. Yeah.
Right.
But all the other stuff, it's like, if you just like start, then I'm in it. So the foreplay, it's like a hit or miss. It
depends because sometimes you're like, I need to go fast, and the other person's like, I'm going to be Fabio and make the greatest love to you in your whole life.
I don't
have
have time.
Just bang me. I got to be somewhere in 5 minutes.
I need to get
That's why I really enjoy shower sex.
Oh, shower sex is so fun.
It's good. It's efficient. It's clean. It's
you don't have to shower afterwards?
Yeah, you're already there. I just think shower sex is great.
No, you're right.
Your boyfriend's tall. How do you do that? Do you have a step stool? What the?
I'm just like way on my tippy toes and he's in like a deep squat.
Chris can't get down low enough. My husband's 6'5". He's very tall as well, and like he can't. Like he would, I don't know. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable.
What about when you bend over? Don't I have a position in my book? I'm bringing you guys my book, but there's a position.
Bending
there's a page
over
in there about bending over and grabbing your ankles.
You got to watch out though. If it's too hot, you can pass out. That happened in Palm Springs once.
I also have like an above shower, so
I thought I killed somebody.
Drowning me. And then it's not that big, so I'd be like scrunched up the corner.
It's usually like Vegas shower hotel rooms and stuff like that, where you get a lot of
vacation sex. So fun.
Oh my god!
At the Venetian or something.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything that you guys have been wanting to try in bed that you haven't yet? You're thinking about?
No, because everything I haven't tried, I'm so
disgusted
by. Like I will die an anal virgin.
Oh, same.
Really? So no to anal?
No.
Okay. Never. Okay. Never. And is your partner cool with that? Is he like?
Yeah, thank God.
Right. He's not into it.
He has no
interest. Has
he
done it before with someone else and been disappointed?
I think he has. I don't know actually. I know I've asked him. But
Bring it up tonight. I'm sure he'll love it.
I know.
No, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan either. Gotta be honest. And I'm so glad the last guy was dating. He's like, nah, not my thing. I'm like, thank God. Like, I've tried, of course, have tried everything once, but yeah, I mean, a few times.
I don't mind. I love like tongue and stuff happening around there, but I did not like a big object in my butt.
No, but you're right. Little tongue, little tongue.
Yeah, I love
those
it.
Those erogenous zone as well.
Yeah.
The outer, part of your anus is very sensitive. That whole area. Kelty's going, I don't want any licking there. No, do you?
Oh, wow.
Oh, maybe you
I'm
do.
pleading the fifth on this one. In the car.
I got it.
Means.
Okay, what about threesomes? Anyone ever have a threesome?
I'm going to say no to that.
Okay.
But, should we have a LadyGang threesome and just see what it's like?
You do every week have your LadyGang threesome, right?
But we don't penetrate.
I think the idea,
not yet.
The idea of having, I always get very turned on when I watch another woman hit on my husband. Because
Really?
often, like, we're like real bad. Like today, like we always forget our wedding rings, and so like I'll be at a Starbucks and he'll be getting the drink and bringing it over, and I'll watch other girls checking him out or like whatever, trying to get his eye, and then I'm like, my man, I love you. Like, you know, that's.
Is he super hot?
That's mine.
You guys all have super hot boyfriends, I'm sure.
I don't think Chris is
I think
classically
he is.
super hot, but
He
I
is.
fixed him up a lot. Like when we first met.
Oh,
like,
you
I
He
was a
got him
fixer-upper?
haircut. Yeah.
Oh, you fixed him up.
That's
not
why I
fixed
always
him up.
say you should go with the nice guy, because sometimes a nice guy doesn't have the best shoes or the best clothes or like is so suave.
But you can
But
buy that
nice guy.
stuff.
You can
Yeah.
train them to like be the man of your dreams.
How
And,
did
like,
you train him?
I think
Give
just
an
with Chris,
example.
like he was such a good guy, and he is such a giver. And I'm an excellent communicator about what I need. Like, hey, when I say don't get me anything for my birthday, it means throw me a surprise party. Like those are all things that like I had to teach him, you know. And a little
That's
bit
the
about
best.
clothes.
Yeah.
Like when you're 6'5" and you're wearing like clothes from the Gap or whatever, like you have to custom make your suits, you have to custom make your shirts so that everything fits. Like I turned him from like a regular guy to a GQ guy.
Nice.
He's like so cute, you know, and just about like what you were talking about when you came on our show, like about communication in like sex. I think that works in all relationships. Like men can't read our minds, and so the best gift I've ever given us is like we just communicate. Like this, what do you want? What do you need? Can you please? Here's the thing: our life is busy. I need you to be the grocery person. I need you to
Right.
be this person.
No,
Like, you know,
exactly.
and then you know all of that. Like
It's not
it really
the kind
helps,
of stuff
yeah.
you got it right. You can't just fight about it. Like just talk about it.
And interestingly enough, when I was when you had on the show and I was listening, it's like then it started a whole conversation about like how much sex do you need? How much sex do I need? Like what you know? It
Oh, did you
started
guys
that whole
actually
thing.
talk
Yeah, we
about
had this
it?
whole conversation.
Did he listen to the show?
This is very interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love this.
He
Tell
said, here's the thing: is that there's not a number. He's like, I want to have sex whenever you are really into it. He's like, don't ever have sex just to have sex. He's like, because that is like the biggest insult.
What about naked stretching? Was he cool?
He loves a naked stretch.
I
Very
love that.
flexible,
Healthy
actually.
naked stretches. Just since she doesn't want to have sex, but she'll
sometimes when
naked
you're
bored.
stretch. Yeah.
I really want you to come out with like a yoga mat for the bed for naked stretching.
Yeah.
You need to do that.
Okay. I'll do it. We can do it together.
Keep in the line.
And then make a video.
A non-slip sheet.
I'm sure there's porn where girls are just doing naked yoga.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a porn for
Probably.
everything,
I did.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. I did naked yoga once. I know. I just remembered that. I did.
In like a group of people?
Well, it was. Yes.
No.
It's like on a retreat or something.
Yes. It was. Okay. So I did this thing in San Francisco called oming. You remember this? The
Yeah, it's such a bunch
orgasmic
of bullshit.
meditation.
Wait, I've
Yeah.
heard of this.
I know, right? It's the
Yeah, it's a bunch of pervy dudes
Yeah, it's
that
so
want to
weird.
rub vaginas for like days on
They're
end.
not pervy.
Wait,
they,
it's
they,
some
They're
random
there to
guy
help
that's
you.
rubbing your...
It's
connect with
complete
your energy
bullshit.
and
Go
they
ahead.
so they do these guys you go in and it was really was research.
Okay. I'm not going to say shit. Just listen to the description.
This is the definition of
this thing,
pervy
okay?
guys, though, but
Yeah,
continue.
Just go ahead. I won't even jump in. Just describe it, and then you guys give the reaction.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so it's called orgasmic meditation, and you go in, and these guys are there. They live. I don't think they do this anymore, but they live in a house with women. A lot of them, they live, and they like. I don't think they ring a bell like 3 times a day, and you have your partner. They like match you for like a few weeks. I did not live in the house, by the way, but then they have this technique where they stroke the clitoris, and it's not sexual. Like they don't have sex with the person, and they stroke the upper left quadrant of the clitoris. They teach you this technique.
strokes?
Man just strokes it. They have the stroking cream
How
for
are
like
you
15
sitting
minutes.
when you're doing this? Are
You're
you
lying
sitting?
down on pillows and you're comfortable. And the point is not to bring you to orgasm, but they have this thing of like going, you don't want to go over, but it's like your sexual energy flows through and blah, blah. And, to be honest, I did it for a week.
How did they find volunteers? I don't know. But go ahead.
Can I be honest with the guys that were there were not, they were like, they felt, the men that I talked to, and I interviewed him, and after the guy owned me all weekend, he came on my show and then talked, you met him. He was not pervy.
Huh?
Was he
owned me.
attractive?
He was some nerd that just wants to rub vagina all the time.
But they really, I
ahead.
think that a lot of guys are confused by the vagina, right? They're confused by the whole thing, and a lot of them feel like they really felt it wasn't about their pleasure, but they learned how to connect.
Wait, so were you like with an amateur guy?
No, he was like a professional, Omar.
Okay, so you go in as women as like you're just going
You
to
just show up to
experience it.
some building and then you just hang out there and random dudes rub your vagina. That's
You go in the back alleyway, take a left
exactly.
dumpster.
I have a friend that does this. Like her regular practice is this.
The Omar, right? She in San Francisco?
No, she's here. She's
Okay.
in Venice.
Yeah, they do it. Right, of course. No.
yeah.
But I did it just for a weekend. But the thing is, there was this couple there and they had like flown in from somewhere. I don't want to like out of the country, and they were like paying for a weekend. Like this woman wanted to live her fantasy out. So the weekend I happened to do it, they were like, oh, can you come do this special thing? And this couple that were married, he wanted to make all of her fantasies come true. And one of her fantasies was to do naked yoga. So the weekend that I was there doing this, I didn't live there. I was like, went a few times. They're like, he wants to do a naked yoga class. So there was like 10 of us, and I like did naked yoga. I was like, because I'm kind of like, why not try everything like once? And I did that once.
Was it?
Did you down dog?
I was in the front row. Because I was like, I don't want to like see balls like in front of me, like, and I. So I just kind of, I did men and women. Oh, I know. I blocked it until this moment.
So many jerk off sessions after that.
Perhaps or not.
Was there any boners?
You don't know. I didn't look. You know, yoga. You're just kind of in your space. But I just kind of remembered that I did that. I know that you only. I have some questions for. Yes, that's my naked yoga experience. I'm going to ask you. I've got 5 questions.
Okay, perfect.
That I ask everyone. I'm going to ask you all. I'm trying to think if I should go. Okay, so your biggest, and you go around each one and answer. We'll go back. Biggest turn on, Jack.
Well, we kind of had this conversation on our podcast, but just my answer is the same. Having your man just be super turned on by you, I think is the biggest turn on.
Yeah, I like it.
Mine's power.
Becca, power. What do you mean? When a man has power?
Like when he's in a powerful position, or like showing, like doing what he's good at. You know what I mean? Or like commanding, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Not like Hitler. But like,
I'm glad we clarified.
Yeah.
You know, just taking charge. I like someone who takes charge.
In the bedroom or just in life? Like when you see him,
like if I see him just handling business, it's like, that's hot.
Yeah, that is hot.
That is so hot. I think that is like a great lesson for all men out there. Just like
own your
shit.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Right, Menace?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be confident. We always talk about being confident in yourself.
Confidence is the sexiest.
Because you'll get friend zoned so quick, all the time.
Just bring on the confidence.
Yeah. Look, if a girl's not into you, you're not going to die if she says, you know what, I think we should just be friends, but find out right away. Don't do the friend zone
thing.
Be a puss and hang out with
Change
them
your
forever.
tires and then pick her up at the airport. Why does she want to bang me? It's because you did all, you became a friend.
Just find out if she's interested, and if she's not, and she's a cool person, you want to hang out with her,
fine.
Awesome. You know, but just find out right away. Don't waste time.
Okay.
I friend zoned so many people in my 20s.
I know.
Like the amount of people that helped me with my groceries in New York. That
I know,
thought they were in love with me. That I was like, no chance. So many.
Yeah, but if they were straight up with you and wanted, you know, find out if you're into them or not, you would give them a straight up answer, correct?
Yeah, I might have dated.
After the groceries.
If you give a girl a couple cocktails and she still doesn't try to at least make out with you, you're not in. You're never getting in. It's not happening. So like, get it over with.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree. My biggest turn on is I agree with Becca. Power, like when you watch anyone doing their shit and doing it so well. Yeah. And then I'm all about that mood thing, like the candles and the warmth and the
warmth.
Nice
I keep thinking about you all
like
week.
a nice like deep Sparks by Coldplay playing in the background. I like everything to be like a movie, you know? Like I want to feel like I'm all about the ambiance of it. Like I need a clean, nice sheet and a nice smell. Like I'm very
So no Angels and Kings bathroom for you?
I mean, not this time, Jack. Thanks for bringing that.
Okay, Jack, biggest turn off.
Oh God, there's so many. Probably is bad breath or stinky.
Just hygiene. Okay,
stinky. Yeah.
That was
back
mine,
up.
bad
Biggest
breath.
turn off. Okay,
sexual turn off is bad breath, but turn off in general is someone who's cheap.
Oh,
like I can't deal with a cheap person. Right.
Also on confidence, I guess.
Yeah. For me, it's poor dental hygiene. Like if you're not flossing and brushing with fresh breath and like a nice chapstick, like I need your whole mouth to be pristine because that's the mouth that's going to kiss me. And I'm a vegetarian, and so if you're a meat eater, especially, you have to have incredible dental hygiene because if there's any remnants of your meat dinner, we're not having sex after dinner. Do you know what I mean? Like you need to be.
Your husband, is he vegetarian?
He eats meat, so it's like, you know, he's a brusher.
Yeah, you don't want any bacon pieces.
If there are any remnants of meat, I think it's disgusting.
It's so gross.
There's a great product. It's called Smart Mouth. I recommend to everybody.
What is it?
It keeps your breath fresh for like 12 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Like what is it?
I think you can get it at like Target or something like that.
A Smart Mouth?
Yeah, it's
I want to write this down.
Everyone's writing it down.
Yeah, no,
it's
like no, it's just like mouthwash, but it's weird. It's a weird bottle where it pours out 2 different kinds of liquid, and then you just use that. It works really well.
You guys have so many good products on this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get. It's not an endorsement. I don't get paid. Smart mouth.
It's like a double
activated.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, 12 hours. We're gonna try it.
Do it.
Okay, Menace, do you want to bring back? These are. Remember? Do you remember early on? I used to do the top. I used to have every guest 5 questions. Do you remember this? So this is. I'm actually bringing this back. So
I love it.
But these are a little bit nuanced. Okay, so biggest. We all did the biggest turn off. Okay, craziest place you've had sex.
We've answered this on the podcast before.
Not on mine though.
Maybe I'll say
we don't know you, but now everyone's gonna love the LadyGang.
On the roof of a sushi restaurant.
Oh, sweet.
We climbed up on the roof that was off limits and had sex up there, overlooking Manhattan Beach.
Cool.
Nice. I like it.
It's pretty fun.
Okay. Good.
Mine was in high school on the 50-yard line.
What?
After hours. I grew up in the South. That was a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a
high school
nice
football is
movie.
huge in the South.
And the Midwest. I'm from Michigan. That was our
Yep. Jack had teased me about this earlier, but you didn't know what you were talking about. I had sex in the bathroom at Angels and Kings in New York. Does Angels and Kings?
I don't know what Angels and No, you were just.
It's
talking
like
about
a dive bar, and it's the size of this room, and it's disgusting. And it was during
That doesn't
a
seem
time
like
of
you,
brave
Kelty.
eras. I used to
You're
be
so clean.
wild.
Oh.
I used to be a real crazy because I was really desperate, and I would do a lot of things to make boys like me. And then I grew up. So.
Okay, that happens. You grow up. Okay, got it. Crazy place. Okay, sexiest word to you, Jack.
Oh my God. I like baby girl for some reason.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in a sexy way.
Right, now baby girl.
Baby girl, come over here. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. That's
Baby
all
girl,
I
I like it.
I don't know this one. Do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
It could be your name.
My love. My husband always calls me my love. Doesn't matter where we are. We can be at the grocery store. My love, do we need apples in front of his family?
I love that.
My love, did you get the stuff from the car? And to me, my love, where's my pants? On the floor because we're having sex because you call me my love. I love that, and I think it's very romantic. And
It's cool.
I like it. Okay, last one is what's the one thing you wish guys knew about women and sex? If you could talk to guys, you're like, why don't they know?
I would say going down on a girl, slow down.
That's a good one. Becca.
Ooh.
Or Kelty.
I got mine. The area around the vagina hole is important.
The labia.
Not just penetration.
All of it.
Right.
Even with a vibrator. Sometimes to just get you in that place where it's going around the area and not directly on. People, they think there's 2 stops. The hole and the clit, and there's 1,000 spots.
Yeah, go around.
This is what I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
There's so many nerve endings.
Yeah.
It's not just the clitoris, that whole area.
Yeah, you could spend so much time.
Becca, don't get out of
I
that.
don't
Come
know.
on.
I'm trying to think. Well, we talked about the dryness thing on our podcast. How you're it doesn't matter if you're super turned on. Sometimes you're just not wet.
Yes.
If I have
So
cocktails, it does not matter if
100%.
I could have I could be so turned on and it can be a desert because I'm dehydrated.
It's true.
And so that I think it's a nice public service announcement to men that don't worry, we are still in the mood if we're saying yes.
It is a public service announcement. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm
You're
just
not
drunk
failing.
and I don't drink enough water.
Maybe you should give me a water bottle.
No, but I think in general, have you ever been sitting on your couch or out on a date and you're watching a sexy movie and there's some sex scene going on and then you're feeling sad because you're that's not my life because it's so ridiculous. It's fast and it's hot and the lighting's amazing and they're doing wild acrobatics and then you're I'm so lame. But I don't know. I guess just love is not like the movies. It's not all
Or like porn.
Yeah, it's just
not like porn.
It's a little more than that, you know.
You're so right. I actually like it. Slow down. Right. I totally agree. Well, okay, you guys. Thank you so much. How can everyone? Do you guys all have to go? You guys. This was awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have to go to the Harry Potter event tonight, like I did?
Wish.
What? Oh my God!
I want to go.
Give me a wand, please.
Yes, they have special wands there that make
God.
things do things throughout the park. I don't know.
I'm jealous.
I have to go there for work.
That's so fun.
I can't. I have to love that. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much. LadyGang podcast.
Yes.
And they can find you. We are at LadyGang.
The LadyGang on Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter. And we'll have this all on the website. You guys, thank you so much for being here. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You have the best
This
podcast,
is
and
really
you're
fun.
such an inspiration to all lady podcasters out there to tell the truth and be funny and cute and have great hair.
And be
Thank you.
yourself and do what
Oh
you
my
love.
God.
And great arms. What do you do to work out?
Thank
So
you.
hot.
I do a lot of different things. I do Soul Cycle. I do yoga. I do push-ups
Naked
sometimes.
stretching.
Naked yoga,
yoga,
baby. I don't do Bikram, but I do a little bit of everything.
We love you, Emily.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God, they were awesome, Menace. Do you love those girls?
Yeah, they were great.
Okay, thank you, Lady Gang podcast. Everyone should check out their podcasts. And when we come back, we'll be answering your emails. And now a quick word from our sponsors. If you've listened to the show the last couple months, you've probably heard me talk about a unique product called the Womanizer. A while back, the owners of the company asked if they could send me one to test out, which, of course, you know me, I agreed to it. I own and review a lot of toys, and I was fairly confident I've tried every category of product around. But I was wrong. The Womanizer was designed in Germany, and unlike anything else on the market, it indirectly stimulates the clitoris using suction. It's kind of like a sexy ear thermometer. It has a silicone cylinder on the face that you place over your clitoris, kind of like how a partner might use their mouth. And while it's on, you can vary the suction and move it around to create an amazingly intense experience. In fact, most women in their focus group achieved orgasm in 1 minute. That's right, a 60-second orgasm. You can just knock it out if you want. So I tried the Womanizer, and they weren't kidding. It's amazing. The suction is adjustable, and you can position it to create so many different sensations. The Womanizer is really in a category of its own, and I suggest you check it out for yourself. Go to sexwithemily.com and click on the Womanizer banner for more information. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening to the show. We are back, and it's time to answer your emails. Thanks, everyone, for emailing me, feedback@sexwithemily.com, and for being so awesome and always include your name, your age, where you live. Right, Menace? We appreciate that.
Love it.
Dear Emily, I love your show, and I've enjoyed it over the past 5 years. So back in 2000, I met my dream girl. We both immediately knew we were in love and had a very intense 1.5-year relationship. We even bought a house together. That ended when I got accepted to a top business school, and she wasn't willing to move. It got messy and very emotional for both of us. Fast forward 6-7 years, we are both married, and she also has a kid. After 7 years of complete silence, suddenly she called me this January to tell me that she had forgiven me, was finally at peace, and was sorry. I told her the same, and that not a day had passed without me thinking about her, which is entirely true. We've exchanged a few friendly, no flirting, nothing inappropriate texts since then, and last week she called again. This time she tells me that she had a very intense dream. One where we lived together, then she moved out, and then she moved back in. She said it was so vivid she could remember every detail. The metaphor to me was pretty clear. So here we are. Since I was at work, we left it open to talk again and have a proper catch-up. If it was any other woman, I would use my rational thought to ignore the call and go about my life with my wife. However, my emotions are so strong for her, I still think about her at some point every day. I know I still love her until the day I die. I love my wife very much, but I can't seem to ignore these emotions. Very much look forward to your thoughts, Chris.
I have a ton of thoughts, but go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that it's understandable. Well, I don't believe in that one who got away theory. People think, oh, who got away? Who got away? You know what? Nobody got away. You know why? Because when you were with that person at whatever time in your life, it wasn't right. For whatever circumstances, you weren't ready. He was going to business school. You weren't mature enough. You were living in another city. No one gets away because they didn't work at that time in your life. So I don't believe in going back and looking back at regrets and all that. Just keep moving forward. So we'd like to dwell on the past loves. They don't exist.
It just sounds enticing, probably maybe bored and being married for a number of years. I had this happen to a buddy of mine. He had a great family. His wife, him and his wife had a couple kids, and I believe that she was just bored, and she reconnected with her long lost love from high school on Facebook, and it was something new and enticing and exciting and blah blah. She left him, went and hooked up with this guy, and I don't think it worked out for her,
right?
Because it just seems exciting at the time. And right. When you always go back and look at past relationships, most of the time you think about the good times, not the bad times.
Right. You have this euphoric recall.
Unless you had some really bad times, then that pops up. But yeah, the good times mostly pop up.
Right. Exactly. So I have to say that when I was reading this email, I hadn't read it. I was reading through it and I was thinking, oh, he's unhappy with his wife, and so maybe he's going to end up with her. But the fact that he ended it saying he's so happy with his wife and he loves his wife, I say here, Chris, I'm so glad you emailed, but you got to end this with the ex-love because it's not healthy. You're in a really good relationship now with your wife, and I think you can just call her and say, you know what? I'm glad we reconnected. I wish you the best, but I don't think it's that you can't carry on a relationship with her because this is going to seep into your current relationship. And you're in a good place right now with your wife, and I think you just got to end it. You could always think fondly of her, but I would not continue down this road. And you didn't miss anything, and she's not the one that got away, and I don't believe any of that. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Don't destroy your relationship in your marriage just because you want to have fun flirting over text.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Hey, Emily, I hope all is well on the West Coast. I'm a 28-year-old male who just moved from Texas to Nashville about 2 months ago to start my doctorate degree. I also started listening to your podcast about 2 months ago, and I have to admit, I really enjoy it. You offer great advice, perspective on sex, relationship, etc.
Because it's the only, the best podcast out there. That's why.
Exactly.
Right? Come on.
What else is there? My field of study is small. Herpetology, wildlife diseases. It sounds like herpetology. Okay. Predominantly male. Recently, I was at a conference and wanted to approach a woman. She's really pretty and her research is so cool, but there were so many guys following around at the evening social. By the time she finally had room to breathe, she looked exhausted and soon left to go back to her hotel room. I was disappointed I didn't get a chance to meet her, but the field is small and everyone attends the same regional conferences, so I know I'll see her again. My question is, when I do see her again, how do I not seem like all the other dudes and get her attention with such little time? Literally, there's small conference rooms too. There's little time, little room. On a side note, I get it. In a way, I'm kind of like all the other dudes at the conference. We're in the same field. We're attracted to a particular woman, and I'm at the same conference as them. But hey, I bet those nerds don't listen to Sex with Emily. Thanks for your help. Ciao. Brent. So Brent wants to stand out. He wants to stand out and he wants to make a good impression on this woman. Because when you're a hot woman, there's a lot of guys, especially in a field that's dominated by men.
Nonstop.
Men coming at you. It's hard to kind of differentiate.
What do you think he should do?
I think that he's got to make himself stand out, but I'm not going to give you any cheesy pickup lines. But I think you should go directly up to her and you should be honest and just be like, if you know something about her work or you have met her, I would just say, I saw you here last time. I'm thinking about you. Let's go grab a drink right now. And I would do something really confident and aggressive. And I would make a plan where I'd whisk her out of there and try to take control of the situation.
And if she says no, then what's going to happen?
He's not going to die.
He's going to be okay.
You keep moving on. But don't try to just, hey, small talk, we're in the same field. I've seen you. I think for this hot woman who's the one woman in her field who's doing that, she's got to go in there and just say, hey, I'm Chris. I'm Brent. What? You right?
Yeah. Well, don't also. Here's a move. You got to figure out if she's single or if she's single or not.
I think he would know.
He would?
I don't know. She's there. She's
maybe
talking.
She's not wearing a ring or anything.
Let's say her name. I think Brent. You should go hey Beth, I'm Brent. Good to see you again. Let's go get dinner after this tonight. What are you doing after the conference? Let's get out of here and get a drink. Just be And you can say you've seen her work. It's cool. I liked your work.
I just got out of AA. Burn.
Yeah. Dinner. Let's get some dinner.
Yeah.
Let's get some dinner. I want to say, have the man with the plan because everyone else is trying to
Yeah. Don't ever leave anything open ended. Don't ever tell a woman say, oh, so would you like to go? We talked about that on the last podcast, which I didn't know that was put out on the internet. Is that we had a thing?
Not happy about that.
No,
we edited a lot of it.
I'm just joking. But we had a similar situation where a guy had these text messages and he just gave too many options.
Right.
Too many. It kept it open ended too much. Just be direct. This is what we want to do. Oh, you're not available that day? How about this day? And she's not available that day, then she's maybe not that interested.
Exactly. That guy was sharing his Google Calendar. He was 27th to 28th, March 8th.
Do you maybe want to do this? Or hey, I'm going to go grab something to eat. Do you want to come with me?
Right. Exactly.
And if she says
That's
no,
a good one.
Again, you're not going to die. You're just going to move on to the next one. Now you know not to, waste any more time.
Exactly. That's how you make the impression and you be you and be confident and that's how you're going to do it.
I feel we've said this so many times, but people just don't believe it and believe in themselves and believe that they can do it. You can. Believe me, I've been that person. I was too shy to ask or talk to somebody. But then after a while, you just kind of just get over that and talk to them. And you know what? It works out. It does.
It's funny.
Believe me.
It does work out. We get a lot of calls on Loveline. There's a lot of younger listeners and we get a lot of them. They're like, God, I so regret. Like, there was a call last night. A guy called in and he's like 21 and he's like, I can't get over it. Last weekend, I was away for the weekend with all my buddies and a bunch of girls from college, and I ended up sharing a bed with this girl, and the whole night, like, I didn't make a move, and now, like, all week long, he's beating himself up, which is like normal to do that, but to beat yourself up and not have the confidence to make the move. But here's the thing, like, I think that you learn from those situations, and eventually you're just like, you know what? If I feel like making the move, I'm not going to second guess it. I'm just going to do it. And that's something that I think that you learn, like, with age, and maybe from having some regrets from not making the move. But, just you have nothing to lose. And in that moment when you're thinking it, I think that a lot of times we're so afraid of rejection that we're like, oh, maybe she's married. She won't like me. I'm just like every other guy. No, you're not. You're not like every other guy. You're Brent, and you rock Brent. And you just go up to her and you make that plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Dear Emily, so I'm in a great relationship with an amazing lady. We have awesome children, and I can never ask for more. We have amazing communication. She knows all my fantasies. I love to be dominated, spanked, tied up, blindfolded, etc. She humors me a couple times a year, but it isn't her thing. I've also told her about a cuckold fetish of watching her with another man. She said she would never do that. She loves me and doesn't want anyone else. I've let both go with her, but I'm still looking at porn or reading erotica of it too. But do you think it's too much? How do you move on from your fetishes? Thanks for your time, and I love the show. With your advice and ideas, my wife has gone from orgasm during sex from about 1 out of 5 times to 4 out of 5. I feel like I could die right now. Thank you, William. He says, thank you, William, Dayton, Ohio. Wait, I'm so happy. Did you hear this? It's 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5.
Love it.
I feel great, but it's not about me. Thank you, William. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm so glad that you are pleasing her. First off, he has great sexual communication with his wife. He's shared all of his fantasies with her, and great job with the orgasms. High five. But first, let's just talk about the difference between a fantasy and a fetish. So, a lot of us have fantasies.
Fetish you actually do, and a fantasy you just think about, correct?
Not sometimes. What? Some fantasies we keep.
But how can you have a fetish if you never do it?
Well, right. A fetish is something that is required for you to enjoy sex and to achieve orgasm. Like, it becomes like an obsession. Like, you actually can't enjoy sex without that foot. We love talking about foot. Without that foot.
Without nipple clamps.
Without, like, you need to have a breast. Like, you need to have a foot there or you can't orgasm. That's what a fetish is like. It is required. A fantasy are things that, like, turn you on, that you like to think about, and that you actually can enhance your sexual experience. Now, what you're talking about, Menace, is true. There are some fantasies that we have that we just think about during masturbation or during sex that we don't actually want to happen. Like, a lot of women have fantasies about, like, having a gangbang. Well, they don't want that, but they think about it. Turns them on. But some fantasies we do want, right? So I think that you're talking more about a fantasy and not a fetish. And so again, these are fantasies you're having, but there's no reason I don't think that you should, William, stop looking at the porn or reading erotica, especially if it's helping you. He wants his wife to basically cuckold. You know what cuckolding is?
Explain.
Okay, cuckolding is when he would like to watch her have sex with another man.
That could be touchy, or she might really enjoy it.
Well, she said no. She doesn't want to do it. So
I'm just saying in general when you try to have that conversation.
No, totally. Yeah. Some women are totally down.
Then just watch it online. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And
but you should be excited. I know this is something that you're into, but hey, your woman just wants to be with you.
Right.
That's kind of cool. I mean, a lot of men out there would really like that. But if this is not your thing, then just watch it online. Who cares?
Right. I mean, I'm thinking that, so with the cuckolding, people don't really get it. They're like, how could a man want to watch his wife? So it's really it's kind of a form of FS&M.
Hulk Hogan just made $100+ million off that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He made so much money. Right.
Because allegedly, the radio DJ was into that.
Right.
That's what people say.
It's a common
not
fantasy.
My words.
No, that's not your thing. But, for a lot of guys, it's kind of like a kind of form of S&M. It's sort of emasculating in a way, but it turns you on. But I think that if they look at porn and they read erotica, a lot of time you could do that together. You don't actually have to have her have sex with the other guy, but you could read stories about it, or you could watch porn about it, and you could say, like, right now I'm picturing you, like, having sex with this guy. You know, you don't have to drop this fantasy or drop this, you know, entirely, but it could, you know, be used to enhance the sex life that you're already having with your partner. Because, you know, I don't think this is a problem. I don't think you need to, like, leave your wife or anything, because they are very healthy. You guys are in a good place. So, again, but it's not necessarily these fetishes. You said, can you cure? If you truly had a fetish, you can't cure people of fetishes. Like, it's not like there's a way, like, it's like curing people being gay. You can't get rid of a fetish. Like, you actually, a lot of times it starts in childhood, like certain obsessions and all that.
Like feet and stuff like that.
Exactly. So I think these are just some fantasies. Keep communicating with your wife. She seems super cool that she's down with all this, hearing about all this. I think you guys can just find some compromise. So I don't think you got to give up anything here, but just find a way to work it into your already healthy sex life.
Love it.
Love it. Okay. Thank you so much, William. Thank you, Menace.
Thank you. It's
this
fun.
was awesome. Thank you to the LadyGang podcast.
The LadyGang was really
check
fun.
Check them out on iTunes. And Menace, we can find you at Menace.
Yeah, Menace on Instagram.
My dog Churro.
My dog Churro, my little baby. My little French bulldog, if you're into French bulldogs.
Exactly. And I am.
Yeah.
Please find me on Instagram and Twitter
and Snapchat
at Sex with Emily. Facebook.com/Sex with Emily.
She's posting nudes on Snapchat, everybody.
I am right now, actually. You better go there. Oh, it's going to be
so many nudes.
So many nudes.
Dumb nudes.
So little time.
Sex with Emily on Snapchat.
Check it out. Okay, thank you, Menace. Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Nina, Lauren, Jamie.
Can I shout out one of my sponsors?
Lori, you rock.
Can I shout out one of my sponsors I think that people would really enjoy? Yeah. Have you heard of MeUndies?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
They're amazing. They've been working with The Woody Show for quite a while now, and they are the world's most comfortable underwear. I issue not. I'm telling you.
No, I know.
And I've
tried them. They sent me some.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're also going to be on. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to be? Okay. Yeah. Well, right now, until you have your own coupon code, it's MeUndies.com/Woody Show. You get 20% off. I'm telling you.
I know.
People. They are so effing comfortable, and if you don't like them, you send them back. But I swear to God,
dirty or anything, they don't care.
Yeah, you're not going to want to send them back. And I know it's just underwear. Who cares? But I'm telling you, super effing comfortable. They're made out of some material called modal or whatever like that.
It's like from the
it's like it's like crazy. From the hidden hills somewhere. I don't know.
Isn't it like the Appalachians?
They go deep in the jungle and make these things.
Can you show it to me? Can we put it on Snapchat?
The MeUndies? Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. I'm down.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me just stuff them real quick.
Yeah, please do. Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. Was it good for you? Email me feedback@sexwithemily.com. I have a daily routine that keeps me grounded. Things that I absolutely must do before I can even head out the door. And over the past few months, I added something new. The Intensity by Pour Moi. The Intensity combines two things I love and talk about all the time. Kegel exercises and orgasms. Seriously, I feel like they made this product just for me. Originally developed as a medical device to cure many pelvic floor issues women experience, like inability to orgasm and urinary incontinence, especially after childbirth. The makers quickly learned that the only real side effects from its use were incredible orgasms, which, if you ask me, is not a bad side effect at all. The Intensity applies gentle electrostimulation directly to the pelvic floor muscles. It gives you an amazing, effective Kegel workout. And, as you know, stronger Kegels equals stronger orgasms. So once they realized the Intensity was the best of both worlds, utility and pleasure, the designers added powerful vibrations and a clitoral stimulator for that pleasure side effect. The result is much more than a sex toy. Seriously, it's a product that has changed my sex life. Now it's your turn. To find out how the Intensity can change your sex life, go to sexwithemily.com and click on the Intensity banner. Don't forget to use code Emily at checkout so they know who sent you.